Hi folks, the Filipino P here. And whenever I do a video about how age gaps are pretty common in the Philippines and how it's just not a big deal, I always get comments that say, "Oh yeah? Why don't you ask some Filipino parents how they feel about that?" So today, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I found some older Filipinos and I'm gonna ask them some very uncomfortable questions, like what they really think about Western men dating Filipinas, and what they do if their daughter brought home a foreigner that was older than they are. This ought to be good.
Malain.
Now, I don't usually interview older Filipinos because they don't speak very good English, so I'm gonna use subtitles so you can understand their answers. But before we get to the main event, let's start with an easy question, just to test the water, and then we'll slowly turn up the heat and see if the frogs realize they're being boiled. First, I'm gonna ask if it bothers them when foreigners date Filipinas. Now, you've seen videos where I've asked young men the same question, and almost every single one of them said they didn't mind a bit. But what will the older generation say?
Okay para ako, okay ako ito. Kay itong mga Pilipina nga na asawa, nagkakamayada, baga higayon, yung pag-asinso, kung nakakapililiwatin, moro upay nga, mga buutan nga foreigner. Contract din nila ko, ang kay din, baga, kuan naman, common naman. Baga may pag-asa, sir, may pag-asa at Pilipina. Nga ahon-ahon ni tera pamilya.
Oo, dito na kadala tera lugar. Di rin na magkinuhan din niya Tacloban. Kay mga kokol na taton mga taga din niya Tacloban. Dahil nga pipinangas kuwan, pipinangas tigo. Di naman mapitera pagdara taton mga lahay dito at mga taga Tacloban. Gabay dito na lera mag-asawa.
Kaya kung para ako, kaya nung kadiri mo, pingantahan niya aton kay sipa pa mong pangit tawag pagkita. Kinanglamera kita sa lakot.
Oo, dito na lera manguyab dito, iba dito era nasod. Ayaw din niya atong kay mga Pilipino kita.
Para akon, okay la. Para ma-explore liwat at Filipina na taton culture na era liwat. Para akon liwat ngay Pinoy man hapag kaya natako live-in partner, okay la. Dala ko bitter. Kung gusto na era foreigner, okay. Kung gusto na era Pinoy, okay na liwat. Wala ko tera dida ko and rejection. Pinangart ko na era, labot ko era. Oh, actually, walit aday mo choice. Kung gusto mo Pinoy, kung gusto mo foreigner. May na man to free will actually. Open matat country ito.
Natugutan ko. Kuan man kita din hinga kuan. Free man kita, mga kuan.
Okay lang kasi iba-iba man yung tao. And then siguro iton mga foreigner gusto nira magbiling hiton aadi diha Philippines nga ira makikita. May danira gin bibiling nga aadi hiton mga Filipino women mga attitude or traits like that.
Okay la, basta hearty late era pagkanhe, dere hiton, by opportunity la.
Foreigners are coming here to the Philippines just to date Filipinas. They want to come here because they think that Filipinas are better than their own local ladies or women.
Well, most everyone said they'd welcome you foreigners, but there were a few dissenting opinions, so maybe the older folks aren't quite as happy to see you with their Filipinas. So now that we tested the water, let's turn up the heat a little bit by introducing the subject of age and see if they mind when there's a little bit of a gap. And ask them why they think Western guys and younger Filipinas are so attracted to each other.
May daman liwat at sinisaring natin nga age doesn't matter, di ba? Uso naman ito yan na depende na talaga tayo mo kung makikigasawa kayo ng Pinay. Pero diba, may daliwat based on true love. Alabi na ko ng mga Filipina nga dati caregiver, tapos na-in-love itera mga employer, may daman dalut suga dito. Iti ba liwat, pantawid gutom. Ay, sorry. Oh, wala ako ito koan. Wala ito issue. Open-minded man ako. Dahil nalalainan ito ng mga aswa dito na nakakaasawain mga foreigner nga lagas. Alright. Koan. May nanat Pinay na kayo pasinutang.
Ada na lalot ito aton mga kasi naton mga taga-Tacloban. Kung maruruyag yara kung dere, kahit iba, Siring pa man, ginkukuan ni right? It mga Amerikano, nga mga suka dito ng Panginoon, baga pantawid gutom, kung baga tatawagon. Pero para ako, di, regad na angay. Na 50 na, tapos maguyaberan mga bata pa. Di rin naangay, kung baga lugar. May mga Pinay nga, na kung niret gog magyapit Amerikano, may dalat Pinay nga nangangwartala. Ito iba na, kumbaga na-observer, nga mga may kilala ko, kwarta gud talaga ni Rahabol, kuwan. Maram ka man yan at atong panahon, baka nagtitik ang mahalit, baga papliton, ginagamit luat nera, at mga kasi naton mga Pilipino, gagamit luat nera, pangwartal at Amerikano.
50-50. 50-50. Kaya there are Filipinas liwat nga talaga, they love them. And then 50 liwat, 50% gihap nga talaga liwat. Amo talaga liwat ito. When you get marry a foreigner, mariko ka. Maahon mo iton kuan. Iton imo family, iton kapobrihan. But kuan magyakon akong mga stories nga ginlalove maggihapon nga nagsucceed maggihapon ang ira marriage with the foreigner. Diri la kay matungod kay kanan kwarta nga naahon hira. With all due respect liwat with the older foreigners personally speaking haakon nga part nagsusugad na tira kay para may adahar magte-take care ha ira. Amo na choose rahin mga younger women. And siguro luwat, aside from that, bangin mas karuyag ni rin spicy relationship. Nga di rin nahahatagit mga ka-age tira.
Older foreigners are coming here to the Philippines that because they really want to date a younger women because they think also that younger women, they are more energetic, they are more beautiful, I think, for them, and they are more loving Filipinas. For us Filipinos, they think that once you get this foreigner, they think that they are already rich.
Itako na dito pagkita at suka dito nga klase. Ito hera, nagkukuan light hera nga may hat pag abot iton era edad nga kuan na, may daha era magtitimang no. May magtitimang no, haera nga kalagas na. Baga common naman ito, baga hindi rin nagudok ito nag-intend. Basta maram nakatungamo ito. Pero kay may damang gip ito, balos. Kay kung suka dito nga foreigner, may ada liwat kapas, nasustento man liwat. Pamilya iton iya asawa. Kaya depende ito kuan itong tao o ito nga foreigner kung buotan. Ito mga nagiging kuan hera, nagiging practical. Practical hera, hera kinabuhi. Kontrat mag-aasawa ka lahin Filipino, kung kasi Filipino nga, ikaw pat nagsasakripisyo para aiya.
Ada ita ako lamayayakan, amo ito nga. Nakaruyag mga Pinoy, kaya siyempre namimiling dapirahin baga kabutangan ng kaupayan na kuha nila sanglit na ruruyag na leret Amerikano nga lagas na. May dagay pito gugma it babayi dito kano. May dito gugmay yagihap. Kaya ko di rito kung makuha kung waray niya gugma gihap.
Mga para ako, okay ito. Kay natural ito. Kung itong partner may edad-edad na, mabiling yung baro bata. Kaya may dalot baga Pinay nga, bangin lang mga swerte ni baga makangat-angat yung guti ay mga swerte ay la, kumbaga kuhan. Kaya magpirmaminti, partner, bagay partner, may kwarta. May dalat partner nga may waray kablasanon. Kumbaga kuhan kung malatira ito, wala kay importante. Nga daw kung nagigikarag, di mo upay.
Kwarta. Kwarta, kahit gugma, nadidiktahan naman ito. Pero numero 1 kuan, kwarta. Income, pamilduhan, guti ay man. Ano di parang nga tuha, iba nga. Dollar, pero balit dollar. Ato din piso. Isus. Malayan pa plate. Tagi inubos na layan na panti.
What if I don't wear panties? He obviously doesn't watch my videos. Well, it sounded like most of them didn't mind if there was a little age gap. But they seem to think that you guys were choosing Filipinas for only one of two reasons. Either you wanted a caretaker or you wanted to have spicy fun in the bedroom. On the flip side, almost everyone mentioned the money aspect and how a practical Filipina might actually love you, but also be attracted to the life you can provide. But how about offspring? If you marry a Filipina, you're probably gonna end up with babies. So how do older folks feel about mixing races like that?
Okay man lang. Kay kasi iton genes man liwat iton mga foreigner, maupay man liwat. Tapos nabimix tin Filipina, okay man it results.
Okay la, basta the same age sira. Pero kung suka dito, batet babae, lagasit lalaki, dire ako. Okay la kung maupit era, high standard hira din. Pero kung malo, gimbubuli man lot hit mga Pinoy hit suka dito nga mga bata. Amo ka erot bata.
Haakon opinion bongga. Actually, kung makakalahi kahin foreign, kay mo pa man talaga tera lahi. Labot la kunit Pinoy tsaka talagat lahi, tas iyat mauurog. Malain talagat postura. Pero kung makakalahi kahin foreign, tapos ikaw medyo may postura ka, okay, mapit breed. Amo man lalanat talagat iba. Ito iba ng mga Pinay, labot la kung diri ka man na konhin financially, it breeding.
Foreigners are not, they don't like, they are just like to have partners in their life. They don't like babies. Why? Because they think these foreigners, once you have baby, that is their responsibility. Because in their homeland, these foreigners, that is actually a responsibility to have a baby. But here in Philippines, women they really love to have baby.
Mo pa ito nagiging future itong bata. Kay iba man here, iba man tira kuan breeding kung ba kuan mga mga hagtasit erog der so ganit native nga baga kuan pango.
Kayo, okay gadi, kada akong nor diferensya. Pwede pa niya ginambog nga. Uy, kanak ito. Apo, Amerikano tasawa. Diba?
Okay kung mo pa'y gawas, pero kung diri okay kung maraksot. Moro pa'y kumbaga half breed. Kumbaga Pinoy na level up kumbaga kuan. Kaya kumbaga Pinoy, kita Pinoy, agmo sa bawang mga amobot erong hindi pero ko hagtaas mahurhusay. Moro pa'y
There's that nose thing again. We really do hate our noses. We hate them so much that we want the genes of a foreigner so that our kids will have pointy ones. So most of the older folks don't mind if you date our women and have lots of mixed babies. But let's turn up the hate all the way to boiling and see how they'd feel if their daughter brought home a foreigner who was older than they were. I think they might have a sudden change of heart.
Malain. Dire ako. Siyempre, lagas kontrat bata. Baga, malain. Dire ako mapublish. Kung lagas na. Papauliyon ko yung taera.
Makuri man pagyakan pero as much as possible, I mas na prefer pa ako lagi hapon in Filipino lagi hapon it igka karelasyon. Pero if really makita ko nga mas happy yan maupay it ira relationship despite it ira age gap. Why not? Anyway, adi man ako nga nanay niya to guide my daughter. O balitaw actually awkward hiya Pero kay kun amo lutit karuya gitak makuri ko man hiya pugman. Nga ayaw. Kay older ito so dito. Kasi bisan ko hiya pugnan kung talaga amo talaga iya choose liwat. Alright. Makarawat na la ako.
iyat kinabuhi. Alam nga magpinugong ka. Karo yagi sige.
Kung karuyag niya, balay hiya mat makikisama. Diri man ako. Ko gananay ito sasagdunan. Nga man, okay kahit to, amo ito tim magiging gawas, amo ito tim magiging resulta tim kinabuhi. Kung okay ka, ikaw.
Para kumbaga para akon, iya takpapakyanan manday, naruyag kay nga baga kuan kay kuan naman tiya. Pero kung naruruyag ka, war kay may himo, masuporta lala kami.
Actually, para akon, okay la. Nadipindi man tayo, kayo mat mag-aasawa. Kung para iya, okay iya, tapos nga dahil malipayan, okay la. Kung dire, bublag ka mo be, why forever. Damot Pinoy, damot foreigner nga layaw. Di ba? Mali natin, araniga, makasuwayan lagatak. O, tapos matsugi dayon. O, ang karikuhan, imo na, corona ka dayon. Paldo!
That lady just cracks me up. Some people have an infectious laugh, and even if they're talking about their grandma getting hit by a car, somehow it's still funny. But I bet you weren't expecting those answers, except for the very first woman who thought it was disgusting. Everyone else said they didn't really care if their daughter's boyfriend was older than they are. So there you have it. A big age gap bothers you guys much more than it bothers us. And now you've heard it for yourselves. See? I told you. Well, that's it for this episode, and I hope you enjoyed a rare look at the attitudes of the older generation. They're surprisingly open-minded. Join me next Friday when I'll be back with something new for you to consider. Till then, folks. Sir, do you have any idea how fast you were speeding? Speeding through my video and not paying attention to a word I said? I'm gonna let you go with a warning this time. A warning that you better give a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my channel, and visit my Patreon page for extra content and exclusive videos and features. Got it?
I don't even want to watch your stupid videos.
Alright, out of the car. I think this one needs a full cavity search, the hard way. And for the rest of you good citizens, may I suggest watching my other videos too? And remember, I can have you in handcuffs anytime I want.